have my mom chosen as being one of the most courageous women in Texas is a great honor. That means the world to me. I've never felt so proud of my mother at this moment that I am right now. My mom always taught us, be able to always take care of yourself, and I believe that goes along being with the word courageous, because she said to be independent, be humble, and keep God first. What sticks in my mind most about her being courageous is the stories. Now, I wasn't born when these things happened, but her telling me about how she marched downtown with Reverend Lawson, Miss Kelly, and all the other people here in Houston when they would picket. I'm thinking, wow, that took a lot of courage to do that.
Knowing that my mother was that courageous to step out and be with people like Martin Luther King and Reverend Lawson, marching. And I remember myself personally being with them marching down Alameda Street. I was a little boy, being with Reverend Lawson, making the picket signs, and Miss Kelly and everyone. And I was a kid then,
I don't know if I could have done that, but living in that time, I kind of think you were almost forced to do it because you wanted to do what was right and you wanted to see what was rightly done by other people. And they had the heart, the spirit, the soul. They did all those things so that we could have a better life. And I think that took a lot of courage to do all of that. Plus, raise a family, have a husband, go to work every day, put up with the bureaucracy and the bullcrap that people, would bestow upon you at that time in that era. So that, to me, just to live in that time and compared to how we live now, that is courage in a nutshell to me.
My mother would look at me like I was crazy because I wanted to be a dancer. Everyone in my family, my brothers, it was five of us: Nicole, Michael, Leo, and my brother Bobby, Dr. Bobby Baxter, as some of y'all may know him. And my mother looked at me, you don't want to be a doctor, a lawyer? No, I want to be a Sammy Davis Jr. man. And so,
being courage is everything. In my world, and in my little, I like to call it my cocoon world, that I've tried to create for my children, like she created for us, to be responsible, be humble, keep God first, go to church, don't forget where you come from, and help somebody and bring them up with you. That's the courage and the inner strength that she's given us to go forward and do great things.
We all know back in the 60s and 70s, segregation was still kind of strong. I went to HSPVA, first graduating class, high school performing arts. Those kids did not know that their mothers and fathers didn't want us all dancing together. That's what it was back then, and a lot of us don't know that. And it wasn't for my mom picking me up from school, taking me to class, and she did it. It was myself, Kathy Singleton, Ricky Odoms, Vita Jackson, Bobby Walker, Dwayne Phelps. We all went to class, but we all got in the station wagon, left school and went to class. We wanted to be dancers. We really wanted to be. We wanted to go to Broadway, and we did. And the greatest thing of it, my mother was a great part of that.
I am the wife of Leo Baxter. We had 5 children, one really lovely daughter, 4 boys. And they were all very sweet. Tried to do my best that I knew for them. And as right now, they are all grown on their own. The boys died, well, it's kind of, it gets to think how life changes. I only have one son left now and my daughter. So it took me a while to adjust to this because they were the guys, my sons, they all expired and they were young. But they were good guys. I had one son that was a doctor, one a real estate agent, and one theatrical. I guess I had variety. But they left. God chose them early in their age. And, of course, my daughter, and my one son is left with me.
Miss Baxter, tell me, did you know Barbara Jordan, the legend Barbara Jordan, Congresswoman Barbara Jordan?
Yes, Barbara. Yes, I knew her, not as a close friend, but knew of her because she was such an excellent speaker. Her voice always carried, even in elementary school. Even though we weren't in the same room, but you know how it is when you're on programs. And that's when I first heard her. And sometimes you can just be spellbound, even as a kid. That part I, remember. And I guess basically that's all I could say, except she was a great woman. I always followed activities that she was engaged in, that wherever she was speaking, I would try to attend. And I have a friend named Pauline Kelly. We were all, I'm talking, years in advance now, where the civil rights movement came about, and guess what? We were out there marching. I couldn't believe myself, but anyway, I had a very close friend and neighbor. She loved her. Her name was Pauline Kelly. If I didn't say, girl, let's go, she was at my door on the phone. We gotta be here. And there we were, marching down Main Street, going to, we had Woolworths downtown, sitting at the counter. Different places, but if you think, look how far we've come. I mean, it's a whole different setting than what it was when I was a little girl. So here we are today, a different society with different goals and different desires, and we want the best for our grandchildren. But there is so much going on now. It's just hard to explain, the behaviors and what kids do. I mean, it hurts your heart. You wonder, and you get to thinking about TV. Is that poison the child's mind? All this murdering and killing. What can we do? Will anybody ever wake up, come forward to do something? I don't know what it is, but we need to come together.
Oh, Mommy, you're the best. Best mom ever. And thank you. Couldn't have did any of this without you. I thank God for you every day.
Mama, I'm so proud that you're getting this award. I know it took a lot for you to leave the house and to be here to receive this award. And you didn't say on the way down there, slow down, watch the light, watch the red light, I'm driving you here, Yeah, but I'm proud that you're getting this award. You deserve it. You really, really do. I've seen you around your peers and everyone, and I see what they do, and they've done great things, all of them. But I'm glad it's God put his light on you this time for you to receive this award. And you're Holy Ghost filled just like I am. I'm glad you told me to come to church, because that has truly changed my life. If anybody knew me, that has truly changed my life. And I thank God that I'm part of you and what you've done for me. I'm not trying to I don't want to cry, but I'm proud of my mama. I know everyone that's out there is proud of their mama. So it's good. And while they're still here, give them 50 million roses.
Congratulations to Miss Baxter for being the most courageous woman we know. Thank you, Barbara Jordan, for all you did for the youth of Texas. Woo!